Welcome to the Eutaw Street Banter podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode here on the Eutaw Street Banter podcast. I'm Cody. With me is literally everybody. I got Brad sitting beside me. We got Elijah and Greg with us. It's going to be a fun time. We have everybody here mainly because it's opening day eve. Opening day for the Baltimore Orioles and most of Major League Baseball is tomorrow. Pretty excited about that. Elijah, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm ready to get some baseball back. It's been a long time.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, for real. Did Greg, you watch any of the Dodgers Cubs? Did you wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning? And,
I did watch some of it while I was working, so it was exciting to have baseball back.
I ask you because I mean, don't you? No, I guess you don't get it that early. I keep thinking that you get up like super early because of the bread truck, but I know you're not bread, but but your delivery. But
I was on the truck by 5, so I was streaming it on my phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's Brad. What time do you get up? Do you get up early?
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
See, Elijah, what time do you usually get up?
Well, I mean, I did watch the last couple innings because I woke up at like 7 because I have an 8:15 class.
Yeah, that's good. I didn't watch that much of it. Yeah.
You were asleep before. You were asleep when it was running already on MLB Network.
No, I did see the 8th inning of the first game. No, not about that life. No. But anyway, yeah. So the MLB season did begin. So we'll talk about that a little bit. We got some fun things to talk about. Opening day, like I said, is tomorrow. We're going to talk about some of our rosters, some of the moves that have been made. So let's get into it. Let's start with the MLB news. All right, so the MLB season did begin last week with the Dodgers beating the Cubs in 2 games in Japan. Mookie Betts was sidelined with an illness, so he missed both games along with Freddie Freeman. So Japan didn't get to see those 2 studs, but they saw the other 14 of them, so that's good. It was pretty cool to see the Dodgers start both Japanese pitchers in Japan, so I'm sure they love that. Moving on because we don't care about Dodgers. The Orioles signed Kyle Gibson to a 1-year contract. We're going to get into that a little bit more. I think Elijah's going to jump into that, but I like that signing. Not bad. The Braves traded Ian Anderson to the Angels for Jose Suarez, another pitcher. The Rockies traded Nolan Jones, their outfielder, for another center fielder, Tyler Freeman. Who'd they trade it to? I'm forgetting. Do you remember?
The Guardians.
The Guardians, thank
Yes.
you. The Guardians.
Nolan Jones was actually previously in the Guardians organization.
Yes.
Him and
Yeah,
Ty
you got
Jones are best friends, and they're trading for each other.
Well, that's crazy. The bad news for the Rays. The Rays lose McClanahan with a nerve issue. This is their ace, their starting pitcher, with a nerve issue in his pitching arm. This is pretty crazy, everybody. So, currently, every team in the AL East but the Toronto Blue Jays has lost their number 1 pitcher. The Red Sox lost Lucas Giolito. The Orioles lost Kyle Bradish. And the Yankees lost Garrett Cole.
Hold on. Lucas Giolito
is their star. Yeah, he's their ace.
He is maybe like their 4th starter. I would. Well, you got Garrett Crochet.
Okay, Garrett Crochet.
I would put Walker Buehler above him. I would put Tanner Houck above him, and maybe Cutter Crawford.
No, I don't. Only Cutter. Yeah, no. Yeah. Because, Walker Buehler would have to pitch more than 3 games to actually say that. But it's pretty crazy with all the pitching injuries. I mean, just absolutely insane. The biggest news of the week, though, this is the biggest. Backyard baseball is coming to mobile devices on March 27th. That's like Elijah, you don't even know nothing about that. Backyard baseball, like the legit.
I played backyard baseball.
You didn't play it with a mouse. You played it with a Wii. Gosh, you play it with a mouse and a space bar on your. All right. Anyway,
make magic happen with Emily at Blue Crab Travel, your Disney vacation expert. Ready to experience the wonder of Disney? Let her help you plan the ultimate Disney getaway. Whether you're heading to Disneyland, Walt Disney World, or a Disney cruise, she has you covered. Emily can take care of custom Disney itineraries, tailored to your family's needs and preferences. She also can help find you exclusive discounts on Disney hotels, tickets, and packages. Imagine a stress-free vacation with hassle-free booking for accommodations, dining reservations, and fast passes. From character meet and greets to thrilling rides, Emily will make sure every moment is unforgettable. Email Emily Jones today at emilyjones@bluecrabtravel.com to start planning your dream Disney vacation.
Elijah, since you want to talk today, what kind of trivia you got?
So I have, it's a Orioles trivia, but it's one that you shouldn't be fooled by, I hope. Who is the only Orioles player that has thrown over 120 innings over the past 3 seasons?
Over the past how many? 3?
3 seasons, since 2022. Every season he's thrown over 120 innings.
Okay. There's no way he's a starter.
Yes, he is.
He's
thrown over 120 innings. Yeah, Dean Kramer. Yeah, Dean Kramer. What reliever's thrown 120 innings?
I don't know. I couldn't think of a starting pitcher that's been healthy that long.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to bring him up, because I was thinking today when I was trying to figure out, I just felt like shoving Dean Kramer somehow in here and giving him his moment of spotlight, because I feel like he is such an underappreciated member of our rotation. I mean, since 2022, he's thrown 125 and a third, and then in 23, 172 and 2/3, then 129 and 2/3 last year. That's an insane amount of innings. Over his career, he's done 500 innings on the dot with the Orioles. But, I mean, this is last year. He threw 129 innings, and he got hurt. He missed time.
Yeah.
This is when we talk about our health, the health of our rotation, you have Grayson getting hurt. You have Tyler Wells getting hurt. Kyle Bradish getting hurt. Burns only coming in for a year. There's someone that we have consistently slotted in our 3rd or 4th starter spot that's just always giving us quality ball. I feel like we need to appreciate that more.
I agree. I mean, I agree with you. If you can cut down on the home run ball, that would be great. But if you want to talk about innings, an inning eater, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my other fact, it's more of a fact I just want to say in here, because I thought it was interesting when I saw it today, is that this will be the first season since like either 1920 or ever to have 2 teams have 4 or more former MVPs on their teams. Do you know what 2 teams those are?
Dodgers.
Yep.
And Rangers?
Yankees. So the Dodgers got Kershaw, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, and Shohei. And then the Yankees have Paul Goldschmidt, Bellinger, Stanton, and Judge. So it's interesting. You don't even think of, like, I mean, you look at Bellinger, you might forget that he won. He had that great race with Yelich back in the late 2018, 2019, whatever year it was. It's just it's interesting. Hopefully it doesn't do that good for the Yankees, but
yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts. Yeah, I was going to say the Orioles, but no.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, right. Moving on. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room, and that's tomorrow is opening day. Got some topics I want to kind of hit on and kind of see your guys' opinions. So Gunnar Henderson, sadly, will start the year on the IR with a minimum of missing 7 days. I just feel like I'd be shocked if this is only 7 days. So I mean, yeah. I don't know. Greg, what do you think? Do you think it's 7 days?
It was a lat strain, right?
Yeah.
Well, Pujols, if I remember, when he was with the Cardinals, it might have been one of the last years with the Cardinals early on before he went to the Angels. He pulled his lat, and I think he was out a month after opening day.
Well, I mean, it seemed to happen the first spring training game, like first week, right? So, I mean, I guess if your month is right, and we're close to it in 7 days, and what another thing that might be true is it might be healing, and they might see what's 7 days. You know what I mean? Like what's 7 days when you can get the next 4 months?
Well, re-injury is your biggest issue with that. I mean, so if he was to play, say, 7 days from now, and he hurt himself again, now you're talking probably a month and a half, 2 months. So you want him healthy for the duration of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. The other big thing is there was a lot of talk about this, is if Bautista was going to make the opening day roster. Thank God he did. Seemed a little shaky in spring training, but I'm not going to freak out, because I think every time he'd be shaky, every time he was shaky, it seemed he was working on something. Like the one game where he gave up a couple runs, he threw nothing but splitter. Certain things like that. I don't want to get too much into it. Speed looked good. I mean, he had such 100. He was like 97, 98. I think that's pretty good. One thing I'd like to get Brad and Craig's thoughts on is this. So Kobe Mayo gets sent back down to AAA. Not thrilled. Here's his comments. All right. This is those first comments, by the way. It definitely is difficult. It obviously sucks because you feel like you've proven everything you needed to. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it's quite enough. Obviously, you go back there, and if you have success, it's, oh, he's supposed to have a success because he's already proven it. And if he doesn't have success, it's, oh, well, I guess he's fallen off. It's kind of a lose-lose going back to Norfolk. I have a couple of thoughts now. I want to be completely transparent. He puts out another message on Instagram the next day, kind of talking that it was like in the heat of the moment, all this. He doesn't have any ill will towards the Norfolk Tide. Here's my thought before everybody jumps in. I love it. Like, to me, I'm going to compare it to, this is a terrible comparison. Elijah's feisty today, so he'll attack me. I compare it to like going to jail. I don't want you to want to go to jail. I don't want you to want to be there. I want you to see the outside. The MLB is the outside world, right? Right. So, I mean, jail really is Bowie. If you've been to the Bowie Stadium, that's jail. But that's jail. But I love that he was pissed off. I love it. Like, I would hate for nothing would make me more upset than him going, well, I think that's the right thing to do. I want him to be like, dude, I'm so sick of being here. Let's crush. I want to get out of here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Bro, what do you think?
He's going to prove himself, and it's just be a matter of time before he gets yanked back up.
Yeah, for real. For real. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got the problem that we've had for all of last year and that we know we're going to have is we have a log jam of talent. Where is he going to play?
Yeah.
I mean, you could see a way for him with Gunnar being on the IL. I mean, it's already been pretty well known now that he is going down. But with Gunnar going down, you could say, well, he could come play third if Westbrook moves to second, Holiday plays short. But, I mean, it just seems like they're going to move in a different direction here. And I really don't even know. He really struggled last year when he came up, and, I mean, that hurt. I don't know what else. When you look at his major league stats, he was like 2 for 44 or something like that. That's just it. When we're on a team that we all know can make a run and we want to make a deep run in the playoffs, you need more than that, even if it's opening day, even if it's the first week of the season. Because when you're looking down the road and we're going to say we lose the division by 1 game to the Yankees or the Red Sox or whoever, well, that 1 game, if we had someone that could have produced instead of someone that was sitting there and got 4 strikeouts because they're taking that time to adjust. I mean, yeah, it matters.
Yeah, I think I would compare it to, like, Greg, you are on a high school you're on a high school coaching staff. Like, if you had a guy on your team and you're like, say it's a 9th grader, you brought him up to varsity and he just wasn't cutting it. So you're like, dude, I think you should go JV to make sure you get some playing time. Mm-hmm. Like, I would hope that you wouldn't go, yeah, and I hope you love it and never want to come back.
Yeah. I mean, the real question is, what do you want him to say?
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
He said exactly what you would want your prospect to say.
Yeah.
He's frustrated. He thinks he deserves more of a time in the major leagues. I'm sure he was frustrated about how last year went when he had his shot. I have no problem with what he said. I mean, Elijah's 100% right. You have a log jam of talent in the infield.
Yeah.
Where do you go with it? But it's tough to trade away a top 5, top 10 prospect. But we have to remember they are just prospects. Yep. They haven't proven. So if you can get something proven, you let him go. And I don't know. I love what he said,
Yeah. Yeah. So. I would just love to, I would love for one day we look at the Marlins lineup and it's Kobe Mayo, Kyle Stowers, and Connor Norby. Yeah. And we have Sandy Alcantara as our ace because at least they didn't screw up both trades. You know what I mean? You're right, though. But the problem is every time he comes up, he struggles. The bar's just going down for what he's worth. Elijah, I see you have some topics that you want to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely. Some more better stuff, maybe. about
Some
stuff.
more better stuff.
better.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the Sussex County and me.
Yeah.
But you got Cade Povich came out 2 days ago that he is locked into the rotation, going to be our number 5 starter, and I think that's great. I've been saying for a while now that he deserved a shot in this rotation. I think he's going to shock a lot of people this year. I'm ready for him to really come out here and ball out. I mean, he looked great last year, in my opinion, for a rookie. He was our best pitching prospect, and that's saying a lot, saying we don't really have pitching prospects. We have him and Chase McDermott, and I hope he can continue to really improve. I just hope it doesn't get to the point that our rotation's doing good enough and he's doing good enough, but when Grayson comes back, they still bump him out, because I don't care what we're paying Sugano or Morton, but if Povich is pitching better than them, they should be kicked to the bullpen before Povich or sent down. I don't see a way, unless Povich is really performing poorly, that he ever is off of this major league team. I believe he should be on the staff for the entire year, but barring injury, or if he does start doing poorly, but if he plays even just how he did last year, there's no need for him to ever be sent down.
I agree.
He'll never be you gotta think, you're gonna have that minimum 13 pitchers on your team, and there's no way he's the 13th worst pitcher.
Yeah, I hear you, and I don't think he is anywhere near as valuable out of the pen as he is the bullpen, as he is the starting rotation. Seeing him come out of the bullpen a few last year, it just, I don't know. But then again, I mean, the one good thing, Elijah, is like you're talking about, is Morton and Sagana are 1-year deals. So I hope there isn't like, I'm hoping they do great, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping there isn't like a attachment to have to play them. But you know how Hyde is. Greg's thinking about right now is Hyde loves his veterans. And so there's, if you want to see Greg go out on just a spree, it's when O'Hearn has played for the past 7 days and he's like, what the crap? But yeah, no, I agree. I hope Cade Povich dominates.
Yeah, and I mean, taking that into like this next point about we signed Kyle Gibson, and I love Kyle Gibson, and O'Hearn actually had a great quote come out saying that this is the best clubhouse guy he's ever played with in his career. And I think this is a good guy to have. But when you look at our roster and how it's constructed, where is he going to fit in? Because say Grayson maybe there's something that they know that we don't know, and Grayson's going to take longer to get back. Say Grayson's now not coming back till June, and that's why we have him. Who are you? I still would rather have Cade Povich in the rotation over Kyle Gibson. And what do you take out Charlie Morton for Kyle Gibson? They're the same. They're on the same level of play, honestly.
What if the main thing is, what's been the biggest problem the past 2 years in our bullpen? Innings. They've pitched so many innings. So what if, are they trying to go to a 6-man rotation to really lengthen and give your Charlie Morton and Kyle Gibson and Sugano, I don't think can give you 7 innings every 5 days at their age. I think they can give you 7 innings every 6 to 7 days. So is that their thought? And then to space out, because what happens to every prospect pitcher of the Orioles ever had? They always get hurt.
Yeah. So
are you trying to get to, so Cade Povich isn't pitching every 5th day, that he's pitching every 6, he gets a break, God forbid Grayson pitched twice in the same week.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, if you take
I'm
it
full
like,
positivity.
yeah, obviously, if you take it like that though, then what do we do with Albert Suarez? Because he's going to be the swing man in the bullpen, and you do the 6-man rotation, you lose that man, you lose the extra bullpen spot. Well, then do you get rid of Albert Suarez for Kyle Gibson? And then you still run into the same problem if you have a rotation of Povich, Gibson, Morton, Sugano, Kramer, and Eflin. When Grayson comes back, who do you get rid of? It's really because, yeah, go ahead.
I think the whole thing about it is Povich isn't a bullpen guy. Gibson's not a real bullpen guy either. Suarez is. So I don't really see them touching Suarez. I think Gibson was signed for one reason. That was health. Long-term for all 5, and it was for depth to have a guy that they can throw. I mean, Morton's been injured. You don't know about the Japanese pitcher, long-term. Yeah. Eflin, I trust. I love Povich. Matter of fact, I thought he should have slotted in at the 3 spot, just because when you go to series, that lefty gives you a different matchup.
Oh, yeah. No, I completely agree. And then looking at this though, I like the question marks fill my head again with they're all on major league deals.
Mm-hmm.
So once Gibson, he still needs a full spring's workload, so he's not going to be ready for at least another 3 weeks. But when he is, you can't just DFA if you want to move someone out.
Yeah.
And if you like, we're using like it's a lot of ifs here, but if no one gets hurt until that time, do we have to DFA Kyle Gibson after we just signed him because it's a major league deal? Charlie Morton was a major league deal. That's just what scares me about Cade Povich, because he's the really only movable piece.
And he's your only lefty in your starting rotation.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I think that's a big thing.
It's very valuable. Absolutely. Yeah. I really don't even know what's going to happen with it, but there's other question marks, even like with Matt Bowman. He was just added to the major league roster. Is he going to somehow slide into this bullpen? I think there should be other people that take the priority, but who knows? He's an old guy, so Hyde loves him probably.
And Elijah's over there fighting for the lefty. But you lefties have to stand up for each other, Elijah.
We do.
Yeah. God, you know what makes me mad is if Cade Povich was a righty, he wouldn't even make a college roster throwing 94 miles an hour.
Well, a righty wouldn't have the fastball movement like Cade Povich. Coach, you should know that. You're a pitching coach. It's all about tunneling and movement.
Greg, I saw that. All right, you get the eye roll somewhere. All right. Moving on. Elijah, you want to talk about Jorge Mateo?
I really just don't even know. I have him down here. I don't know if he's healthy. He's gonna make the team. It's that simple. If not, he's not gonna make it. But he'll be up here whenever he's healthy. Yeah. With Gunnar still hurt, he has an easy spot. But if Gunnar's not hurt, I think he takes Ramon Urias' spot, or maybe like a Ramon Laureano. One of the Ramones, probably. I'd have to guess.
I tell you, I mean, we keep forgetting about him, but Ramon Urias still looks good. I mean, obviously, he's a great depth piece for us. When we're healthy, I don't want him starting, every game. But it's gonna be neat seeing, for the most part, especially today, you're gonna see Jackson at short. I think Ramon's gonna be at second. Is that what you think, Elijah?
Maybe it's either. Or would you put Westberg, or would you have Westberg? It's really who you feel more comfortable with at third base, I think.
Yeah, I'm more comfortable.
Urias is a gold glove third baseman.
Yeah, I'm more comfortable with Urias being there, but will they try to get it so Westberg, you're at third, so that way when Gunner's back, you're still there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the consistency of it, or is he just a ball player and it doesn't matter?
Or is there anything that they're worried Gunner's going to be on the injured list longer, so they want to get him ready for second base? So if Mayo needs to come up to play third, he could. Who knows?
Wow. Good job. Way to bring that full circle.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we'll move on to the next segment there. I feel like that's a nice wrap it up, put a bow on it.
Yeah, there's a bow.
So luckily, we have all these question marks that we've been asking for months now, it seems like, and it feels like it's getting repetitive. We finally will have some answers because the season's starting. Finally. On March 27th. Thank God. You know what's stupid, though?
What's stupid?
The second game of the season, we can't even watch on Masson or anything.
Brad would like to talk about that.
Go ahead. It's so
Brad really enjoys that.
No, why put it on Apple? You can't watch any of it.
Yeah.
Apple, the 3-game series. No, I can't even call somebody to give me their login so I can find it on the TVs.
He's gonna be all over. He's gonna be on the road. Where's this Apple channel at?
You're the only person I even know that has Apple TV. Do you still have it anymore?
Yeah, it's still.
Yeah,
I still have it.
Yeah,
I have it.
Yeah,
it's
I'll know
somebody's login.
Yeah,
but real.
I guess. I mean, I got it. No, I'm kidding. Okay. No, I think it is annoying, but I'm like, the only good part about it, if there is a good part, here's my silver lining, is are we that relevant now that like we're on, like people are choosing us to show, so that's the only, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I got going, because normally just the Dodgers are on this. The Dodgers, the Padres, usually Apple.
Well, they still are. I think the Dodgers have like 80% of the like ESPN games this year.
Yeah, because I don't think the Orioles have one Sunday night game this year, do they?
I'm okay with it though, because I hate those Sunday night announcers.
Yeah.
But it's sad. I mean, the Orioles have been a playoffs team 2 years and don't get a Sunday night game.
You know what happened? I'm okay with it. We haven't won a game. Make us prove something first. You know what?
Okay. But we would definitely wear the orange on Sunday night. That would be
that is 100% what we do.
Yeah.
They you know why they want to do us? I think it was 2 years ago or whatever, when we played the Yankees on Sunday night and we crushed them. They can't have us do that again.
Yeah, I'm sure
have the Yankees lose on Sunday night.
Yeah, I'm sure that it is.
But yeah, we can move on. Looking forward, it's going to be, I think, a really great series for our offense, especially because even though the rotation for the Blue Jays is actually really solid, you got Jose Berrios is going to be starting off the first game. Then Kevin Gausman, Chris Bassett, and Bowden Francis are most likely going to round out the series, unless you have Francis and Max Scherzer switch out. Don't know who's going to be the 4 and 5 starter. But we have a lot of lefties in this lineup, and I think this is going to benefit them a lot. All those guys I just named are righties. They have an entire right-handed rotation, which is why, like Greg was saying about Povich, it's important to have a lefty in your rotation because you can change things up. The only reason I'm not sure how they'll play this, because it is the first series. I think they're still going to have O'Neill start and play a lot more than, say, it's August. We're facing a bunch of righties. He's not going to play every day against righty because I think Kerstad would be playing more. But it could be a big series for people like Holiday, O'Hearn, Kerstad, and our 35 other lefty batters that we have.
Yeah.
Look to see Mullins might get a shot to lead off a couple games now, especially with no Gunnar. I think he's probably our clear leadoff hitter, him or Holiday, and whichever one you trust more. I have no clue.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping Mullins. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
A couple of things that on the Blue Jays side that I'm looking forward to seeing is how's Max Scherzer going to look? Is he going to be? He's not going to be the Nationals Max Scherzer.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see that. And then obviously Kevin Gausman. Anytime we face him, I like Kevin Gausman. I mean, he didn't do anything bad to us. He's just better with everybody else. It seems like. But yeah. So those are the two. Jose Berrios is the best pitcher stat-wise from last season. So we'll obviously face him. So obviously we're going to get I mean, you got Chris Bassett in there too. So those are probably our top 4. I don't know. Elijah, do you think does Brendan Francis get in there in the top 4 of the, or is he the number 5 starter? I
honestly don't know if he's going to be 4 or 5. I know he's going to have a better season than Max Scherzer this season. I'll say that, but I agree. Is Max Scherzer? I don't know. The only thing I'm worried about is how his crazy eyes are going to look in that blue jersey.
Crazy eyes.
Well, he's got 2 different color eyes. He's like
I can
cat.
All I can think of is Mr. Deeds, that guy that was like, sorry. You remember that?
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how, I mean, we get to see Santander first series. We'll get to see Sugano and Morton in action, get Dean Kramer back out there again. I'm excited to see Cade Povich when we come back home. But it's gonna be interesting. Yet again, we all start at 0 for. I have the same batting average as Anthony Santander right now, so
you just make a lot less money.
Yeah, I sure am. Well, you know what? Hey, if he goes 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts, I'm better everything than him. So that's all that matters.
I mean, that's a great way to think about it.
And hey, I'm gonna end the season with a better ERA than any of those guys. So that's how I'll look at it. I don't know why no one signed me yet.
Yeah, I agree. I've been saying that forever. Let's jump into something fun real quick. We're going to do our AL East predictions, AL East division winner, and the World Series matchup and winner. All right, let's have, Brad, since you talk so much, I'll listen to this one. What do you got? Who's your AL East division winner?
I went back and forth. I thought Toronto, but I couldn't do it. Orioles, division winner.
Got the Orioles. All right. And we got World Series matchup and winner.
Orioles will make it against the San Diego Padres.
Oh, I like that.
They're going to dominate. They're going to dominate the West.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, Greg, what do you got?
I went back and forth with the only team I didn't consider was Tampa Bay in the East. I did go with the Orioles, and my World Series is probably something that's going to shock every one of you. Dodgers, of course, but Seattle.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Seattle has so much pitching. This is a make or break year for them. They have to figure. I mean, if I can see them moving, I mean, they've got like 6 starters, legit starters. I could see them moving a guy to get a bat. But I think Seattle could be the team in the West that really breaks out.
Yeah, no, I agree. Elijah, what you got?
I got the Orioles winning the division, which I feel like I have to say is on an Orioles podcast, but I really have a feeling that we're not going to win the division again this year, and whether that's the Red Sox even with their injuries, I still think the Yankees are going to look really good. The Blue Jays could shock people. Honestly, the Rays, I gave up ever looking at them because they can have the worst roster in baseball and still win 95 games somehow. Who knows with them? But like Greg, I think the Dodgers are going to win the World Series because they do have a shot this year at breaking the total win record in a season by the 0-1 Mariners. I mean, they just put a beating on the Cubs in a stadium where the balls did not fly without 2 MVPs, Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts. I mean, that's when you have Kike Hernandez starting at first base and you're still doing good. I mean, Miguel Rojas is playing, and they did have their first base and shortstop. I think they're going to be good, but I think they're going to beat the Rangers. And I think the Rangers are going to surprise everyone. They got between Evan Carter and some of the other young guys, they're going to look good. Their offense is going to be really good. They have Kumar Rocker, who's probably going to come up this year. You might get to see Jack Leiter if he can really lock in and find what his potential once was. If DeGrom stays healthy, he's Jacob DeGrom. He's lights out. It's going to be interesting to really see how they are this year. I think the rotation's their biggest question mark, but I think their offense, they might have the best offense in baseball this year too, besides the Dodgers.
Do you think on the offense? Do you think they have a Silver Slugger, an MVP? You know, because every other year,
I'm the one that told you about that. You don't act like I don't know. If you guys watched the episode that we did with from A Bit Does Baseball, I said Marcus Semien, he just missed out on my top 15 list. But if you go look at his stats, every other season for the past 6 years, he's really like top 3 MVP finisher. Awful. Last season he was awful, so he's going to be top 3 in MVP. Just it's like a law of the universe at this point.
Yes.
How about you, Cody?
All right. So I actually didn't want to pick the Orioles as the division winner because I was like trying my best. But then I was going through all the rosters of our whole division, and the spring has really brought everybody to the same level ground, it seems like. I mean, I felt like the Yankees were way above us for a long time. Injuries have brought them down. I thought the Red Sox were way above us. I think talent-wise, the Red Sox still might be. It's close, though. Mm-hmm. And I think the Blue Jays and the Red Sox are even. I do. But the Blue Jays are a lot like us to a spot where they just don't play to their potential all the time. So I did pick us. Only because, I mean, it's so tight. Why not? You know, it's one of those things where literally any of us could. I think it's going to be hard for anybody in our division to win 94 games. I think we're going to beat up on each other so much. I think there's going to be so many series that are split or close to split. I have the Phillies in the National League making it to the World Series. I have them. This is basically my most nightmarish World Series of all time. If you're a Philly fan and you're watching this, I'm surprised. But there's no team in the world I hate more than the Phillies and the Eagles. And I have them beating the Orioles in the World Series. That's what I have. I'm trying to think of a nice thing to say, but I can't think of one without being rude. But I think the Phillies, their roster's so stacked. I think they're being overlooked somehow this year. I don't know if the Braves market just makes people want to talk about them so much. But if you look at the roster of the Phillies, they're stacked. Their pitching is amazing. Their pitching's way better than our pitching right now.
Yeah,
and I think that's how they beat
prospects than us too.
Yeah. Andrew Painter coming up. But I mean, and I will be so upset when that happens, when we lose to the Phillies. But then next year I'll be looking at this. I'm like, dude, we made it to the World Series. You know what I mean? That's my thought. Elijah, what are you looking forward to? Give me one thing. Looking forward
I got 2 things written down.
I'll let you do 2.
Okay.
Give me a couple things you're looking forward to.
The one I already explained it. The one's really easy for me to say because I did already explain it was Kate Povich. I'm ready to watch this kid go out and shove. I'll know he went to Nebraska, so I just feel like he just sits in the dugout gnawing on an ear corn or something like that.
Probably.
So I want to see him use that pure like ethanol corn fuel power.
I think they more husk the corn.
They're the Huskers, but I mean they husk the corn to get to the
see what I did there?
the actual corn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm also excited to see Jordan Westburg. I think I've said it before. I could see him ending the season as the second best third baseman in baseball. I say second best because Jose Ramirez is an alien, and he was a home run away from a 40-40 season last year. No one even talks about it.
You know what else people don't talk about is how amazing was it when he punched what's his name, Tim
Anderson. People talked about that a bit.
Best day of my
Best day of your life. No, best day of my life was Rodney Odor punching Jose Bautista.
Love it.
Oh, that was awesome too. Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm gonna tell your daughters in like 15 years that you told them that a professional baseball player punched another professional baseball player, and that was the best day of your life.
Knowing them, they'd probably go, "Yeah, I believe that."
At least Ryan would. Yeah.
Brad, what you got?
See what number one or stud pitcher we can get to help Eflin out, and get pitching. That's pitching for the last like 80 years.
Yeah. Trying to. Yeah, it is interesting to see like who can we get to help the bullpen or help our pitching rotation if we can. And then Elijah go freak out because we'll be like the thrift store Dodgers, where they have all the aces. We got all like the fours. We got every four that there is. Greg, what do you got?
Mine's more overall baseball. I was looking at all the divisions today, and every division might have one team that's kind of low, but the rest, baseball might be the healthiest it's ever been when it comes to teams that are able to be competitive throughout the season.
Yeah.
I know you got some high spenders, Dodgers and stuff like that, but just within your divisions, I mean, the East is loaded. The AL Central is nasty. Just with the overall talent and depth. That's going to be the interesting thing is who comes out of all these divisions.
Yeah, absolutely. And talking about that, it maybe just look up the NFL, right? So you're talking about just the health of the league. Mm-hmm. I mean, looking at the NFL, I mean, 1, 2, 3. Every division has somebody that is almost hovering around 200 on their win-loss rate. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. But there's a huge margin between good and bad, it seems like. Whereas in baseball right now, there's just a lot of good.
There's only like 3 really bad teams.
Yeah, and like it's funny because you always like when you say bad, I instantly go to the Oakland A's of Las Vegas. Or of Sacramento. Mm-hmm. You thinking that they could win the division? Yeah, I mean, isn't that crazy?
There's only 3 teams I would confidently say have no shot at the playoffs:
Rockies,
White Sox, and Marlins.
That's
those are really because even besides that, you could say the Athletics are the 26th worst team in baseball, and they could still go win 80 games.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, that's a great point. Great point. Look at Greg coming out here. I'm gonna go with an Oriole thing. So the one I'm looking forward to seeing is a full season of Heston Kjerstad and Jackson Holliday. I want to look at the back of their baseball card of the 2025 season and just, is it respectable? You know what I mean? I think it's going to be. Especially, I think Jackson Holliday is gonna be a stud. He looks great in the spring. I like what he did with the toe tap. I wish that from a baseball coach wise, let's get rid of the massive leg kick. Yes, absolutely. Because if you throw fast, you can't hit it. I get that you might do good playing against the little low-level travel ball team that you're playing, and you win the little plastic trophy. But if you want to go far, it doesn't work. But anyway, I'm going to stay there. I mean, Josh Donaldson's over there yelling at me, but also Josh Johnson batted a .230. He did hit 30 bombs, but
Hey, you know what Josh Johnson has that you don't?
What's he?
An MVP award.
Yeah. I was trying to think of it. I was trying to think. Did he win a World Series? I don't think he did. Right?
I'm gonna say
no. No, I don't think so.
But yeah, so and it has to.
Did he?
I don't know.
The Braves? Was he with the Braves 21? I don't remember. I know he was the point.
My other one is that, I want to talk about real quick, is Heston Kjerstad. I really am excited to see him on a full season. He's going to get a ton of playing time. He deserves it. Is he going to be the Colton Cowser of last year? Maybe not the same person, not the same skill set, but is he going to be the guy that we're kind of talking about in the same? So we'll see. Remember, everybody, the Orioles play the Blue Jays tomorrow, Thursday, at 3:07 in Toronto. So Toronto time. No, I'm just kidding. So, so make sure we watch.
You watch it on Apple. So
no. That game we can watch. It's the next game, Friday night. Okay. We won't be able to watch. So we got them until Sunday, and then Boston comes to Camden Yards, Oriole Park at Camden Yards on Monday, March 31st. I will be at Thursday's game. 7th inning streaker. No, I'm kidding. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it goes. It's about time. I'm ready to stop talking about what might happen and start talking about what is happening. If everybody can notice, we got Greg and Brad with us now. We're going to be mixing in everybody. I appreciate both of you for jumping on this podcast too. And but yeah, we'll see how it goes. Wait, Elijah, you gonna watch opening day? You got school?
Not class. No, I don't have classes. What's it? 3:00? What am I doing? I'm probably supposed to be doing homework then, but
yeah.
Oh well.
I gotta work. Yeah, you could just tell your he works at a school. You just tell your kids just to.
Oh, I've already took half day.
Oh, there you go. Awesome. Let's go. And Greg, you're home by 3:00, right?
Well, no, we have our high school baseball season starts tomorrow, or it started on Tuesday, and we play Indian River on Thursday. Opening.
Okay, you got baseball. All right, yeah. Nice. So you're gonna watch baseball and then go home and watch baseball again.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully, you're able to enjoy both.
Yes.
Right? All right, everybody. Well, thank you for joining us on another podcast here on the Eutaw Street Banter. Please make sure you follow us on all of our social platforms. We're on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok. I always forget that one. And then you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and watch us on YouTube. Please make sure you give us a 5-star rating. That helps us kind of get our name out a little bit more. But until then, we will see you next week. We're excited for it. We'll talk a little more about the Red Sox Orioles series and then what's coming after that. All right, guys, have a great day. See ya.
See ya.